W's for the Toronto Raptors and back-to-back W's on home court for the Raptors. They welcome in the Wizards this evening, a 6 p.m. tip-off at Scotiabank Arena, and win 102-90. And with the back-to-back W's, the Raptors now improved to 11-13 on the season. And let's talk about it right away. The guy that has been harped on, the guy that's been the guy that everyone wants traded away every single game, was easily the MVP in today's basketball game. Pascal Siakam, flat out spectacular in this one. Efficient. His second quarter was ridiculous. And he helped propel the Raptors, and he led the Raptors to victory in this game today. Now, he seems to love to play the Washington Wizards. I believe 2 of the top 3 scoring performances from Pascal at 44 points have been against the Washington Wizards. So pretty wild stuff there. He seems to love facing the Wiz, and he showed that again tonight. Let's break this puppy down. First quarter, the Raptors just dig in defensively early on, and it was great to watch because then they started making some shots as well, and they get up double digits at one point. We're like, okay, this is nice, but we're not used to it. We're kind of waiting for something else to happen, something bad to happen. And after one quarter of play, the Raptors are up by 11, 23-12. They allowed 12 points in the first quarter, and you're up 11 after one. Great start, but you got to keep going. In the second quarter, the offense explodes. Something we have not seen for the last little while from the Toronto Raptors. Offensively, the Raptors drop a 40-piece. 40! They drop 30. But that 12-point first quarter really demolished them as they only score 42 in the half. The Raptors are sitting here at 63 points at the half. And you're up by 21 at the break. Pascal Siakam does not miss a shot in the second quarter. Goes 7 of 7 from the field. Insane. But every Raptor fan, including myself, is sitting here like, okay, great first half. You know you're going to have to weather a storm at some point in this third quarter. And they did exactly have to do that. At one point, the Wizards got it down to 12. Nick Nurse calls a timeout. Raptors come out. They build that lead back up. They do lose that third quarter, 26-21. However, you were up by a ton at halftime, so a -5 quarter is not going to kill you. I believe you're up by 16. Heading into the fourth quarter, exactly where you want to be. Close this game out. And at one point, it doesn't even get lower than 12 again. Raptors, again, yes, they end up, where was it here? 22-18 Wizards in the fourth quarter. But in the end, it was the defense from the Toronto Raptors tonight. Flat out unbelievable. Their contests were insanely good for the most part. And they hold opponents now to under 100 points in 3 consecutive games. That's wild. It shows you defensively what this team is truly capable of. We saw in that 5-game win streak how good they were defensively. And then they went abysmal defensively for that long stretch of losses. But over the last few games, defensively, the Raptors have been flat out spectacular. And it was more or less early on, the switches, the contests, the length, the activity, just everything from the Toronto Raptors on the defensive end was just incredible in this basketball game today. And with that 4-point loss in the fourth quarter, they win it 102-90. And not only is the third consecutive game that they have held teams under 100, this is also the first time in 5 games the Raptors have scored over 100. And they only scored 2 points over 100. It still shows you the work offensively this team needs to do, but steps in the right direction. They looked a lot better today. They looked like they played like a team out there today, and it was really fun to watch. All right, let's get to the player stats here real quick. Precious Achiuwa. The activity. You knew you were going up against Montrezl Harrell and Daniel Gafford. So you knew you had to be active on the glass. You had to use that. He's a big dude, is Precious. So he knew he had to use his size. And he did. Not only did he get you double figures, he scored 10. And that one little blow-by on Gafford late in the game to throw it down that hyped Fred and the crowd up. I mean, that's unreal stuff from Precious. Not forcing any opportunities. Just taking what the defense is giving you and getting the easy two. Great job. He also had 14 rebounds. And by the way, that offensive rebound turned into that slam. The activity from Precious. He also had 2 assists in the game and shot 5 of 10. He didn't force any shots. He was calm, cool, and collected. He took his shots with conviction. There was no indecisive, should I shoot it, should I not? And he takes it, but it looks ugly. No. He was taking his shots, and he looked like he wanted to take those shots. So a big game for Precious. Oh, the 22-year-old kid. Love what we saw from Precious there this evening. Pascal Siakam, easily the MVP in this game today. 31 points, 6 boards, 3 dimes, 10 of 21 shooting, and did the work in the paint. 10 of 12 from the free throw line. Took 1 3. It was wide open, and he made the 3. Look, I love it. I love what we saw from Pascal today. The aggressive nature on the inside, but the aggressive and the confident nature, right? He shot 10 of 21, but he also got to the free throw line and shot 10 of 12. And he didn't, when he made that 1 3, he didn't fall in love with it. He didn't fall in love with it and take 5 or 6 of them. No, he went back to what works for him. Getting in the paint, making things happen, and he did a great job today. I mean, he was flat out unbelievable. And if this is the Pascal Siakam that we can see moving forward, man, this is the guy we loved for that first half of the year. Back in the first half of the 2019-20 season, before the bubble hit. And this is the type of Pascal we loved, all right? Scottie Barnes in the game, 11 points, 6 boards, 1 dime, 5 of 10 shooting. Didn't really impose himself too much offensively. However, a couple of those buckets for Scottie were big. And the reason I say that is because they ended runs. One of those runs where they cut it down to 12, Scottie came out and got the next 2 buckets. Got it back up to 16. So yeah, he only had 11 and 6, but the timing of his shots were really good. So great job for Scottie Barnes today. Fred VanVleet, an off night for Fred. I think he dropped, 29 in the last game against the Milwaukee Bucks. He only had 10 points today, no rebounds, and 4 assists on 4 of 12, shooting 2 of 6 from three-point range. And no one's going to harp on Fred, right? Ever. And it's crazy. Pascal did this, 10-0-4. People be like, trade him, get rid of him, he's useless. But Fred, I understand Fred does 1,000,001 other things to help your team. So I get that side of the things. I'm not getting mad at people for not getting mad at Fred here. I'm not mad at him because 9 times out of 10, he's going to give you it at all times. He just struggled tonight. And that's going to happen. But the next game, he won't. All right? Chris Boucher, you got some bench scoring. I got to say, I've been all over the bench this season because they've been that bad. But tonight, the ball movement, the defensive intensity, and Chris Boucher not forcing shots, moving without the basketball, getting wide open, and getting those easy shots. Then it goes to his confidence. Then he takes that one-on-one matchup, drives on Montrezl Harrell, and goes up and under. I mean, the confidence was there. 14 points, 6 boards, and an assist today, and 5 of 7 shooting. Was 4 of 6 from the free throw line. A heck of a game for Chris Boucher. I think Utah had 7 as well. You got some bench scoring. Look what happens. You don't have to destroy your starting unit. Gary Trent only had 6. Pressure only had 10. Fred only had 10. But you got some bench scoring. Massive job for Chris Boucher. And Delano Banton was fantastic. Moving the ball, getting stuff to Boucher. He was really, really good today. Now, let's get to the team stats. Raptors held the Wizards to 41% from the field and 32% from three-point range. So, fantastic job defensively. They also shoot 76% from the free throw line. The Raptors shoot 45% from the field, 35% from three-point range, and 75% from the line. So, overall, not all that bad. So, a great job tonight there. Now, let's get to the other stuff. The Raptors, we talked about how today was so pretty for many reasons. Offensively, they were great. Defensive intensity was great. They only turned the ball over 8 times. They were taking care of the rock, moving the ball. It was just a beautiful game out there. Great job. Plus 12 in points in the paint. That's where that team, Washington, lives in the paint. And the fact that you were plus 12, That's why you dominated this game. Also, they're an active team on the glass. You were +9 in second chance points. You beat them at their own game, and that's why you won by double digits. So a great job for the Raptors in this one. Now, real talk, Raptor fans. Real talk. Your next game. All right, we know the expectations for the Raptors aren't very high. They're not very, make the playoffs, win the damn championship. No, it's none of that. You play the Oklahoma City Thunder next at home. You're playing right now, arguably, some of your best basketball of the season. That team just lost by 70-plus points. The NBA record. Now, obviously, it probably wasn't the most recent game, but not too long ago, they lost by 70-plus. I don't care if you win by 2. You got to win that game. Wednesday, 7:30, at home against OKC. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game this evening, smack the like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game today for the Toronto Raptors? Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM, do that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below as well, so follow up there if you have not done so already, guys. And I will talk to you Leafs session a little bit later on tonight. This is the first intermission right now between the Leafs and the Jets. The Buds are going to get back into win column after their tough loss. It's 1-1 right now in the intermission, and you guys will probably already know the result when you see this, all right? And for the Toronto Raptors, as I mentioned, they look for win number 3 in a row, and they should damn well get it, on Wednesday night as they host the Oklahoma City Thunder at Scotiabank Arena. 7:30 tip-off there, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game today. We'll talk to you guys then.